Okay, so the social season is officially back, and you know what that means. The gossip is flying. Bridgerton is here, and the internet is just completely losing it. So let's break down everything that happened in this wild new season. Yep, the new season is out, and it's already managed to do that classic Bridgerton thing, get everyone hooked, a little bit confused, and totally obsessed. The reactions are everywhere, and trust me, we have a lot to get into. But through all the gorgeous gowns and the smoldering looks, there was one single moment. One scene right at the end of part one that has everyone talking, arguing, and just freaking out. Oh, yeah, that line. Our dear, sweet, romantic Benedict Bridgerton asks the woman he's clearly falling for to be his mistress. It's a total jaw dropper, and it changes everything. So let's dive in and figure out how in the world we got to this point. Okay, first things first, we got to understand how this season is set up, and we absolutely have to meet the mysterious new character who is at the very heart of this whole thing. So Netflix did their two-part thing again. We got the first 4 episodes at the end of January, but we have to wait until the end of February for the rest. And you know why they do this, right? It's all about building that buzz and making us all suffer over that massive cliffhanger for an entire month. And the character right in the middle of it all is Sophie Baek, who is played so well by Yirin Ha. We first meet her as a maid with a pretty mysterious past, but we quickly find out she's also the lady in silver, that enchanting woman who completely captivated Benedict at the masquerade ball. Her story is pretty much a perfect Cinderella story. I mean, Sophie is the illegitimate daughter of a nobleman, she's forced to work as a servant, and she's treated horribly by her stepfamily. Her whole life gets turned upside down the moment she crosses paths with Benedict Bridgerton. So, with all that in place, this season really gets down to building one of the most anticipated romances in the whole series. Now, the chemistry between Benedict and Sophie is just undeniable. But it feels different this time around, right? A lot of fans are calling it softer and more natural. It's built on this real sense of partnership and fun, not just that instant fiery passion we've seen in other seasons. And you know what? That was totally on purpose. The showrunner actually said they wanted to steer clear of an instant hookup romance. The goal here was to balance that fairy tale vibe with a real, grounded emotional story. Which, of course, leads us right back to that insane ending of part one. So let's really break down why this moment was such a bombshell. Okay, so there are 3 big reasons this was so shocking. First, for Sophie, that offer brings up all this painful history she's trying to run away from. Second, the dramatic irony is just chef's kiss. Benedict has no clue he's saying this to the same mystery woman he's been idealizing. And finally, her rejection is so quiet but so powerful, and it leaves him and us totally floored. Think about it. After that passionate moment, we were all leaning in, expecting this huge, sweeping marriage proposal. But what we got instead felt like a complete slap in the face. It just went against everything their relationship seemed to be building toward. But this isn't just a clumsy romantic move. It really shows that Benedict is still stuck in the mindset of his time, with all its rigid class rules. For Sophie, this isn't some great honor. It's a painful reminder of the power dynamics she's fought her whole life. And you can see the split online, right? Some fans think he's being completely tone deaf, while others see it as this messy, necessary step for them to actually grow as characters. And while all of this high-stakes drama is happening, the show does a great job of weaving in some other really compelling stories. We get to see Francesca and her husband John navigate the quieter, more complex side of their new marriage, which feels so grown up and real. And on top of that, we get to see the matriarch herself, Violet Bridgerton, finally chase her own second chance at love with Lord Marcus Anderson. It just makes the whole world feel so much richer.
And honestly, none of this would hit the same without this incredible cast. Year Ha is just fantastic as Sophie, and her on-screen chemistry with Luke Thompson's Benedict is without a doubt the best part of this season so far. You can tell they worked closely on it, and it's why we're all so invested and just dying for part 2. So, with that huge cliffhanger just hanging there, what's coming next? Let's talk about what we can expect in the finale.
Honestly, the best way to look at it is this. Everything we saw on part 1 was just the setup. It laid all the emotional track, it introduced all the conflict, and it put our favorite characters in a seemingly impossible spot. And that means part 2 is where we get the payoff. That's where the resolutions have to happen, where the big reveals come out, and fingers crossed, where we get the romance we've all been rooting for. The second half is totally set up to deliver on everything the first half promised. And these are the big 3 questions going into it, right? Can Sophie actually forgive him for that offer? When is he finally going to put 2 and 2 together and realize who she is? And maybe the biggest question of all, can they ever really find a way to be together with those massive class barriers in their way? Which kind of leaves us with one final thought to chew on. After everything we've seen, their connection, that shocking offer, and knowing she's the lady in silver, who did you want Benedict to propose to? Was it the maid he was getting to know for real, or the fantasy woman from the ball? It's a question that really gets to the heart of their whole story, doesn't it?